Video. There we go. Now we got the video rolling. Hey, there we are. That's what's popping. Welcome back, ladies and germs. Oh, man. Let me get situated here. Hey, if you notice, this time we're on video and we're back at Temple Martial Arts again this week because we got a lot of stuff going on. The studio's fine. We'll be back in the studio next week, but this week we had a special guest that was supposed to be last week. And it's actually going to come out after or before this podcast. So we're actually going to take you back in time.
Like we're like Marty and Doc.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a Rick and Morty. I think you're more the Morty. I'm the Rick. It's very clear to see I'm the Rick of the two. I definitely drink more. I definitely make brash decisions without thinking about it. I'm definitely the Rick.
I don't know. I think it's a close call.
I think I'm definitely the Rick.
I think it's close.
I'm the Rickiest Rick here. Oh, speaking of which, I think we gotta crack this sucker open, and it's actually bubbly. It's not beer. So here, cheers! Don't spill. We got a lot to celebrate this week.
Should have done the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Just to smash and just chug. Speaking of which, total side note, I spent my morning just watching clips of The Rock, just
Doing
highlights,
what?
The highlights of The Rock making fun of the Big Show. It was just The Rock mocking the Big Show over and over again. I fucking loved it. It was always like my favorite thing to watch The Rock make fun of the Big Slow.
He did. The Rock was an incredible
Showman. Improv.
Well, what he did better than almost anybody was off the cuff. Well, I don't know. I hear rumors that it wasn't off the cuff.
I'm sure 90%
I heard
wasn't.
a lot of it was written.
I'm sure a lot of it was planned out, but he was pretty good at going off the cuff as well.
He made it look like it. He made it look easy, so that's what's important.
Yeah. I think that at the beginning, he was going off the cuff, and then as he got more and more popular, they definitely probably wrote a lot of it out for him. But no, we got a lot to celebrate. We had a pretty crazy weekend, huh?
Crazy.
So Shawn competed for the first time in 2 years, a little over 2 years.
Yep.
And I competed, I competed a couple of months ago, but IBJJF, first time in a while. A year or two for me. But I finally got the win that I've been aiming to get, for the last 3 or 4 years at an IBJJF tournament. And we ended up actually being on the same mat.
Same mat, right at the same time, too.
Yeah.
He went in between my two matches.
And it was pretty funny. It was pretty good. So cheers. We both came out with the gold. And if you haven't seen the Instagram yet, I was promoted to purple belt on the podium. So cheers to me. Thanks.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you.
For those that are looking for it.
For those watching us on the YouTubes, we got the medal. I thought I brought mine. I forgot mine at home. That's how much I'm over the medal already.
I leave mine here, and I have a collection of medals here.
There's 3.
Yeah.
4 now, but that's not quite a collection. That's more of like
I don't know where my other ones are.
Would that be a collection, or would that be?
Well, it's a collection. A collection is
it'd
more
be
than
a gaggle of medals, is what that would be.
Mostly gold.
So, what'd you think? How'd you feel?
Felt great.
Yeah.
My cardio felt great, but what really freaked me out was my back was feeling awesome up until Friday last week. And my butt started hurting after I did the kids class here.
Should have told them to go easier on you.
Who?
The one that made your butt hurt.
That would be the kids.
And
I don't know how
gross.
weird that is.
That's pretty gross.
Now, after the kids class, I must have stepped wrong. But my piriformis started firing. I was like, oh no. So I didn't do any really much working out. I was able to get last Saturday's conditioning in. I was able to get that in. I had to modify it a little bit, and then I was able to swim, and then I got in to see Mary Beth. Mary Beth made a special...
the miracle worker massage therapist.
Yeah, she got me Thursday. Brought the heating pad, laid on the heating pad Friday night. Saturday, because we got up there on Friday night.
Yeah, you got there about an hour after I did, 45 minutes after I did.
Well, no, we got up there Friday night.
No, I know, but to the arena.
So Saturday morning, what I did is because I knew I didn't have to compete till almost 1. So we chilled out in the morning, and I soaked. In the hotel, I had a hot tub bathtub.
Oh, really? That's the best.
So I sat there and soaked.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Did you sanitize the bathtub before you decided to soak in there?
No.
That's disgusting. For sure, you got a rash in your butthole somewhere.
No, I don't, not at all.
Because they never clean that out. They don't,
yes, they do.
They don't bleach that bathtub. Are you insane?
They bleach the bathtub.
Whenever you ever
It wasn't a hotel. It was a bed Airbnb.
Okay, well that's different.
And then after when we went back Saturday, I soaked again.
Right.
So my butt's feeling pretty good. My butt and back.
My butt's feeling great.
It's still a little tender.
Right.
So I just swam. I'm swimming. I'll get back to training on Thursday, and then I'll be good to go because I have that submission only tournament match.
Oh yeah, that's right down in the Keys.
Key West.
When is it?
The 17th.
Okay, you got 2 weeks.
Yeah, I got
that's
almost
good.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
So I'm gonna have to. So Saturday. I don't know. I got to find a way, maybe Sunday, to do conditioning.
Sunday?
Up in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
We're leaving Saturday.
Well, we can do it. I'll be up there.
Yeah.
We can. I'm sure. Well, there's no mats in the back.
Well, I don't need mats. All my conditioning is like grunt style conditioning, like throwing shit and.
Well, I mean, we could also just kind of like just grapple, whatever, just like move and just
we
work
could do
around
stuff like that. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But I like because what I care more about than anything is my cardio.
Yeah.
If I can make sure I just need my cardio up for I think it's a 10-minute match.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we could do it Sunday morning if you want, first thing in the morning. And then, I mean, I have my friends up in ATT Black Box over there. Maybe we could use the gym.
Is it far from the...
I don't think so. No, it's about like 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. It's right next to the Silver Spurs Arena. I know that for sure.
We're way far away this time.
It's only... No, I just did it. That was the same distance because I stayed at the same hotel when I went to go shoot the Glory Kickboxing. It's about 20 minutes. It's not too bad.
At the Marriott?
Yeah. That's where I stayed. No, it's not too far at all. If not, we can always reach out to other places up there.
Yeah.
But I think there's also... Are you LA Fitness?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we could try and hit up an LA Fitness.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird to do conditioning stuff in LA. Like I like pushing the sled and hammer and shit.
I mean, we can roll and just like kind of grapple, just do more stand up like Roman Greco.
Yeah, I just need to get some of that.
We can go play touch butt in the park. That'd always be a fun.
We can do that anyways.
By the way, I meant to show you. So I started playing finally the UFC 3 because I downloaded it on the PlayStation. So you can customize the moves that your character has, and it has like they all have different names, and one of the moves is touch butt in the park.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God. So like I think it's like just like a slap or something like that. I forget. But one of the moves is called touch butt in the park.
What's the most recent PlayStation? PlayStation 3 or 4?
4. I mean, obviously.
I wonder when the PlayStation 5.
I think it's going to come out within the next year. They've been talking about it, but it's probably still going to be a little bit of a ways because there's not too much of an upgrade in the graphics and everything else. And it's also, you can always tell when a new system's about to come out by the amount of games that are getting released. So there's one big one that I know that's like a samurai game that it looked amazing.
For 5 or for 4?
Well, it was supposed to be for the 4, but they keep pushing it back. So I'm assuming they're probably going to bump it up to the 5. It looked amazing from the video that I saw.
Is it like a Red Dead Redemption 4 Samurai?
I think so. I think it's a little bit more cinematic even than that. I don't know if it's open world, but it looks fucking amazing. It looked amazing, and the funny part is the way that they did the release. I wish I could. I know some gamers are going to be like cursing me out, like because I don't know the name of it.
Gamers are nerds anyway, so
I mean I can't talk shit. I'm a pretty big nerd.
Kick rocks and flip flops.
But they had this white dude play the shakuhachi, which is the flute, and this one, you know how it is. Like someone's always got to say something. Some fucking douchey girl on Twitter. Said that, oh, this guy is stealing my culture. You know, they do the whole cultural appropriation and try to rip into him. She was going to throw him under the bus or whatever, like ruin his fucking career. And someone responded to it like, he is literally considered one of like the few masters in the world of the instrument and has been like touted as one of the best to play it that's alive right now. It's like he's doing more for the instrument than actual Japanese people. It's like, so I'm pretty sure he gets a pass. She got ridiculed so bad, like shut down her Twitter. She just shut down her Twitter because it's stupid. Like, just if you don't know who the person is, just keep your fucking mouth shut. You know,
it's funny how many people just don't bother to just do a quick
I've
Google
done it.
search.
Yeah, I've done it like here and there, but if I'm wrong, I'll admit to it. But don't fucking throw a guy down like for playing an instrument at a video game release. Like, really? You think you're gonna win that battle? I don't think so. But back on topic, I felt fucking good too. I felt really, really good at that match.
What'd you weigh in at?
So that was the funny thing. I told you what happened with my weight, right?
No.
So I'm not super heavy, so it's 215 to 222. So the week before, I was at around 220. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's easy. I'll just cut 2 pounds or whatever. I'll be fine. That's the one thing I fucking hate, especially in the last year. So it's the first time I've really had to have the issue with the weight where I got to look at cutting weight. So,
well, maybe if you didn't blow up.
I fucking blew up for sure.
You've been blowing up since last summer after the kickboxing.
After that, like, because I was eating so clean and I was pushing so hard for that IKF kickboxing match. Afterwards, I ate like shit. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, I ate like shit for a solid month and a half, and that's when I went up to 225. But then I started working out and lifting weights, so now I think if I leaned out, I could go back down to 210. I don't think I could get lower than 210 without looking anorexic. But so Monday, I just started drinking water like crazy. I was drinking water. Tuesday, I woke up, I was like 216, 218. I was like, fucking golden. I'm good. I just got to coast the rest of the week. Then come Wednesday, I was at 218 again. I started drinking some more water and just kind of taking it easy. Watched the whole week. I just watched what I ate. No sugar at all. No bread. No carbs. None of that stuff. And I felt sluggish Monday, Tuesday, and then come Wednesday, Thursday, I started getting my energy back. Friday, I slept fucking great, and I kept drinking water, but not as crazy as that Monday, Tuesday. I woke up Saturday morning at 213. I'm like, oh shit, now I'm risking being underweight. So, because I know that even though I'm waking up at 213, I'll probably still be like 212, 211 by the time I get to Orlando.
You wouldn't be underweight at that.
I would. Because my gi only weighs 4 pounds. So if I didn't eat anything or this, that, and the other. So at least I was able to eat and drink, and I was fine. I felt great. The funny part is when I showed up to the arena and I went to go see all my teammates, everyone's like, are you cutting weight? You look really skinny. Like, you're all right? I'm like, man, I wasn't that big of a fucking fat fuck. I get it. Like, I definitely lost some weight for this match. I go to weigh in, 215 and a half. So,
with the gi?
With the gi. 215 and a half at the official scale. So I'm like, fuck, I risked like coming down under. That would have sucked.
What's funny is they didn't have a practice scale. The practice scale wasn't working. So, but they were letting everybody check their weight on the
official scale.
The official scale.
Which is actually better.
Yeah, because that's the one that matters anyways.
Yeah.
Because those scales are rarely on.
They're so far off. And I think this one was more on because it was flat on the concrete. And usually most of these tournaments are at
like it's
basketball arenas.
Yeah, so it's on that
on the
plastic.
bouncy. Well, it's the bouncy wood. That wood is hollow. A lot of people don't realize that wood under a basketball arena is hollow, and it's a specific setup because it has to allow the basketball to bounce. So there needs to be a specific rebound. That fucks with the scale. That's why you notice a lot of times when they do the official weigh-ins for the UFC or the pros, they always elevate it and they have it on something solid. So that's one thing that people don't take into account. The people that do compete a lot, they'll know. They see it like, oh, I can get away with it because that's going to be off for sure. It's just going to be bouncy. It'll be back and forth, so you might get away with it. But one thing I thought was funny is the amount of people I saw outside running and still trying to cut weight. That's one thing I'll never want to fucking do. I'll never want to be the guy that's like an hour before weigh-ins and you got to fucking run.
I'll never have to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
They don't even weigh us. Do you know that?
No, you just walk in.
You just walk in. They check our gi. I don't.
Like, hey, fat the boy, go in.
They don't even barely check our gi.
Yeah,
they give it a once over on the outside, like make sure like no patches are hanging off or any of that stuff. But
see, that's what I think was bullshit, because I saw one black belt match. It was a Masters, and the guys' patches in the back weren't even on. They were fabric. It looked like fabric, like really thin fabric patches, like this, right? It was like this kind of material, but it wasn't stitched on the edges, so it was attached to the gi. It was just kind of like halfway through or X'd in, so they were just, the middle section of the lettering was attached to the gi, and the rest was just flopping off. I'm like, how is that even fucking possible? How do they even allow that? And for sure I have it on video. I'll pull it up, but for sure I have it on video. It's like, how's that even fucking possible? Most of the time, if you even go like this and they feel like an edge, oh, you gotta take that off. This thing was just flopping around. Nobody cared. No one said anything. It's like, how's that fucking possible?
What about the debacle of me taking the picture at the podium? How stupid
I'm
was
so
that?
glad I had my camera. So for those of you that follow us on YouTube, you're gonna have a treat, because I brought my camera. And I kind of
let me preface this by saying it's kind of unfair, because 2 years ago I took a picture.
I didn't even get into the part of the story where we got to it. Listen, so I brought my camera. I was documenting my whole drive up there. Obviously, Shawn wasn't with me, so he wasn't part of the video until we got to the arena. He wins his matches. We go in, and I'm sitting there obviously filming, and he's just standing there in gi pants and a t-shirt. And I tell him, Shawn, you got to get your gi on. No, you don't. I'm like, yeah, you can't go up on there with just a shirt. No, I've done it before. I did it a bunch of times.
I have a literal picture in that bathroom over there of me on the center podium in just a t-shirt.
At IBJJF.
At IBJJF.
In this bathroom right here?
No, in that bathroom.
And the far one? All right, I'll go check it out after. But I told you, you can't do that. No, I did it all the time. I'm like, listen to me, man. You need your gi.
I did do it the last time.
So he gets up there with just the shirt, and the girls putting on the medals to everyone. Sir, I can't give you your medal. You can't stand like it. Oh, what do you mean? Like, you have to have your gi top on.
Well, then no. So then I get a gi, put my gi on over
Not
my
your
shirt.
gi. It was somebody else's gi.
Yeah, but then my gi showed up, so I gave that guy his gi back.
Yeah, right.
And then I put the shirt on, and I had it over the shirt, and she's like,
can't have the shirt on.
The shirt on underneath. I'm like, son of a bitch.
So then he had to, and mind you, all the other competitors are sitting there just looking at him, fucking waiting for this guy. Takes the gi top off, takes the shirt, puts the gi back on, finally takes a fucking photo, and the whole time I'm just harassing you with the fucking camera. I can't wait for you to see the video. It was so good. It was such a pain in the ass. I'm like, I don't know why you didn't just listen to me. I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't fact.
Because of my past experience.
But I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't fact.
I understand that. But you would fuck with me.
I would fuck with you, but then afterwards it'd be like, no, I was just fucking with you.
Right, but how am I supposed to know you're not fucking with me?
Because I didn't say, no, I'm just fucking with you, go up there. That's the thing. No, they changed it.
You were smiling when you were saying it.
Because I was laughing at your dumb ass.
So how am I supposed to know?
Because literally, but in your defense, I think it's funny that none of the other black belts corrected you, which they should have known as well. That, hey, Shawn, you can't do that. You got to have your gi top on. But it was something that I know IBJJF pointed out a couple of years ago, that you weren't allowed to have a hat on. You weren't allowed to hold like one of your sponsors' shirts on or anything like that. They didn't want to be giving, I guess, people free advertising at IBJJF. So that's why they did that. That's why I couldn't wear my giraffe choke or my Jiu-Jitsu soap hat or any of the other stuff. So...
Yeah, well, it was new to me, because the last time I was there, I was in my shirt.
No, they definitely got a lot stricter on a lot of the stuff. That's why I didn't bring the banner. I was going to bring the flag.
Everybody said that you had to pay to get in. But nobody had to pay to get in.
No, that was the thing. They were saying that you had to pay, and I'm pretty sure they advertised that spectators were like $10-15.
Which I think is such horseshit. Maybe they listened to our podcast going in and heard us say that's bullshit.
No, but
it's bullshit.
I think for the regional matches like that, like competitions, they won't. But for Worlds and everything, for sure
they did.
No,
they did for Worlds.
Yeah.
World, like when I did, you have to pay to go to Worlds, and I understand that.
It's a big show. It's a big
show, and then
there's
there's other shit in there. Than like, there's people having seminars and stuff like that. So I get that. That makes sense to me.
It costs a lot to put the event together. Yeah. So this one was a little bit of a shit show because, and I knew this was going to happen. Like I said, I was there, 2 weeks prior for the Glory Kickboxing, and the Wi-Fi was absolute garbage. Even the people working for Glory were telling me, like, there's no Wi-Fi. We can't get anything to work here, which is the worst for someone like Glory.
It was at the Silver Spurs?
The exact same arena, exact same spot. It's that arena. And so when I was coming up, I knew that it was going to be an issue. What?
I got a story to tell you.
All right, I'll tell you.
Okay.
But so there was matches. Yours too. Yours got halted, I think.
Well, no, the other match, mine was fine.
Oh, the one before you.
The one before me, it was supposed to be. It had me and the other guy. I'm like, what happened to the other dude that was supposed to be here? And the dude was sitting right there.
Yeah.
The computer glitch didn't put him in because the computers lost power at some point.
Well, the computers didn't lose power. It was the Wi-Fi stopped working, and they need the Wi-Fi to connect to the servers that host the brackets.
Yeah.
They get everything set up. It's a software that they use.
When it went off and it came back on, it kicked the other dude out of the bracket. And the dude was sitting there. He's like, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
And so they went and took care of that, and then they had their match. And then I competed against Claudio.
Yeah, well, they had the issue, too. It took me like a solid 30 minutes to get my medal because the girl's like, well, we don't know who you competed against because the computer's down. We can't look it up. So I don't know if you actually won or not. I'm like, listen.
How weird is it that I had more people than you? I had black belt, master 4, ultra heavy.
But again, it's Orlando, so you got more to pull from.
Yeah,
I think
I would think blue belt would have way more of a bigger pool to pull from than ultra heavyweight master 4.
There was, I think, 3 people besides me in that super heavy, and then like that week of it all got changed because I know there was one guy that was supposed to be in my division that I competed against last year at the UAE JJF whatever, and I was surprised all of a sudden, like when I looked it up finally Friday night, that there was only one person. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool, let's do it. But I think the issue with this time around was the fact that World's Masters is right around the corner. It's literally 3 weeks away. So most people are like, oh, I'm not going to do that tournament, so I just want to compete at the World's Masters.
That's a stupid...
I agree with you.
I would want the warm-up going into
I would too.
Especially 3 weeks away.
But I think for some people it might be the competition. They're afraid of getting hurt. And for other people it might be the weight cut. And other people it might be the money. Because that was expensive. That wasn't cheap. That wasn't a cheap weekend this weekend to go up and compete. It cost me, $120 to sign up, another 100 something for the membership and everything else, and then
it's only 30 for the membership.
40 cost me, something like that. But I had to pay some other fee, and then you're talking about like the food, and then if you stayed the night in the hotel, you got to pay the hotel.
Well, we got a Airbnb, and it cost 5 of us $70 for the whole weekend each.
Right. So but
that's
I mean,
$35 a night. That's really not.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's
yeah, but
amazing.
I don't want to be around anybody the night before a competition. I just want to be left alone. I just care about sleeping. I don't care if someone's there or not. I just want to know that when I go to sleep, that no one's going to wake me up with their fucking incessant snoring. That's my biggest thing. Like, or someone waking up making a bunch of noise.
So I got a story.
Let's hear it.
So Sunday, before Saturday and Sunday, I wanted coffee.
Right.
And there's Dunkin' Donuts right by the thing. As we're driving by, we saw Wawa, and I like Wawa coffee better than I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So we went there Saturday. Went back to, because you had to go, east of the Silver Spurs a little bit.
On the other side of the interstate.
Yeah, well, not the other side, but just towards the interstate.
Yeah.
And then, we did a U-E and came back. One of these places caught my eye that day, but nothing.
Stars? Was it Stars Motel?
No, it wasn't that. So nothing happened on Saturday. Sunday, we go get the coffee, and we're driving back because that's the day all the guys are competing. Mm-hmm. And I look in the parking lot of a place called Hidden Secrets, or I want to say it's Hidden Secrets.
Yeah, the hotel.
There was a chick in the parking lot, topless.
Shut up.
Huge you can ask Erica. Huge boobs, just like in a thong.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, "What the hell?" We were both like, "What the?"
To pull over.
And it was from a distance, so I don't know what age or whatever, but
Right.
from a distance, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. This place, this hidden hideaways, or this secret hideaways, I think it was,
Oh, yeah.
is a clothing optional condo resort.
Yeah, that's the one I'm saying. It was like Stars or something, like some hideaway. Yeah.
It's
It had like all the flags and stuff on the outside.
No. That was a different place. This place was just boxes.
Clothing optional.
And then I looked it up online, and it's clothing optional. I wanted to see how much a room was.
Yeah.
But I couldn't, I was doing it on my phone. And
You never been to one of those resorts?
No.
I have.
Why?
I went to this was years and years ago. I went to Jamaica and I went to what the heck? Damn, what was the name of the hotel? It was damn, what's the word? It's fuck.
Not hedonism.
Hedonism 2. That's the one that I went to. Holy crap, was that hotel? Did I never told you this?
No, but that's the guy that famous guy on that he showed up on Tosh.0, ripping in a tearing.
Yeah.
Like that guy, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Dude, I went to this hotel. It was bonkers. It was so crazy. I was, for sure, don't ever fucking go there unless you're a freak, all right?
Why did you go there?
Did
you know it was a freak place?
I knew it was like a freak place, but there was like a whole group of us. And this was obviously the girl that I was dating at the time. We went to Jamaica, and I'm pretty sure that we all lied to our families and told them that we were just going to go stay in some other hotel, but we went to this one instead. And it was obviously clothing optional, but they had one section of the grounds was nudist, like no clothes, like that's it. And then the other one was clothing optional. So we walk in, whatever, it's like in the middle of the day. And they're like, oh, let's all go to the pool. So we all in the pool. Everyone's obviously wearing the clothes, but there's people that aren't. So there's a water slide. Come on. I got to go on the fucking water slide. So the way that this water slide was is like in the middle of the pool. And there was like a structure that made it look like a cliff or something, like a rock structure in the middle. So you actually had to go up this flight of stairs. Halfway up is a hot tub. Right at the top of the hot tub, like at the top of the structure, and then you keep going like another, 20 feet, and that's the beginning of the slide. So we're taking the slide to go down there, like, oh look, there's a grotto under the hot tub in the actual thing. So we all go in there, and all of a sudden we look up, and there's people walking. The bottom of the hot tub is glass, so you could look straight up. And then we're looking in, and a couple goes in, and they start banging. So you see the guy sitting down and the girl's on top, and I'm like, check this out. I run out and I start running. So I run up the stairs, completely fuck with them because they didn't hear me coming. So I run up like, hey, everybody. And then all of a sudden you hear everyone in the grotto, like under here, there's just burst a laugh because you see them like the guy throwing the girlfriend off of his lap and stuff. I'm like, hope you have a nice day. Jump down the water slide, come back down. It's fucking hilarious. It was so crazy, man. And then this is the worst part, and then we can switch to actual jiu-jitsu. So nighttime, we're all falling like asleep. Every quarter, like the hotel, like, you know, they have like a courtyard in the middle. So there's like a couple like different like sections. But in the middle of every one of these like quarters, there's a courtyard with a pool and a bar in the pool. The place is dope. So I'm like sleeping, get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden I hear like, I'm like, oh, something's going on downstairs. I go look out the window, and there's a lady getting a train run on her. Like a train. When I'm telling you there's a train, there's dudes in line waiting for their turn. I'm like, for sure I'm not stepping foot into that pool again. It was the most like, how do you go back to sleep after that? I'm like, I was scarred for life. I just remember this, just looking down, and this lady just taking it, and like 4 other dudes waiting for their turn. I'm like, all right, I guess this is a freaky place. And a bunch of other shit happened. It was so fucked up. It was so fucking gross. Same thing with the restaurant. It was an all-you-can-eat place, so like obviously no one's walking around with their wallet. So you just go up to a bar, order a drink, you go into the restaurant, you eat. You want to hear something really fucking gross? Like
I do.
So we go into this restaurant to eat, And this, which I give them credit, you know, I'm not knocking it. Like, everyone's got to get their freak on. This, I want to say 3 sets of couples, older couple, they all had to be like in their 70s.
Oh.
They all come in, the men all wearing women's lingerie. The men were wearing women's lingerie. Which is like, whatever, cool, do your thing, you know, whatever. But they were seated right diagonally from us on the corner, and they're like having fun, taking photos. Like, the dudes are getting up, pulling their schlong out in the middle of dinner. I'm like, oh my God, I never want to eat pasta ever again. It was so bad, but they're doing it right there. And people are doing it in the restaurant, like in the middle of the, yeah, dude, it's, you want to do it, you do it. You could do it right there. You could do it right there. It didn't matter.
So crazy to me.
So it was, listen, as weird as it was, like, I had a blast. Like, obviously I didn't partake in any, like, the craziness.
I would love to put that guy in our intro. The ripping and a tearing guy.
We could do it. You can put on there.
Ripping and a tearing.
Dude, so much more stuff happened, like, at that spot. It was just so random. And it's right down the street from Dunn's River Falls. So if you ever go, just definitely just go to Dunn's River Falls. But if you're going to go to hedonism, be ready to throw down. Like, you definitely, like, you know, get your Viagra pills ready, because everybody's down. Everybody's 100% down. Like, you could just go out up, hey, I want your wife. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, have a blast. Like,
it's messed up.
It was crazy, man.
That's crazy.
And it's relatively cheap. All you can eat. Food kind of sucked though.
Yeah, well, believe me, I was not expecting to see boobies in the middle of a parking lot.
So you didn't go pull over?
No, Erica was driving.
Oh, okay. Would you have pulled over if it was just you driving?
Probably not.
I probably would have. I would have been like, Burp. Hold on, let me see what's going on here.
Yeah, I would have liked. What I probably would have done is went into the parking lot and did a drive-by.
Do a drive-by, yeah.
But maybe. I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
funny.
I feel weird doing stuff like that. I hate feeling like a creeper.
But I mean, it's out in the public. I just would like, for me, it's not even like, oh, I'm trying to look at boobies. It would be more like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
I just want to know what the fuck is going on here.
I don't know if she was wearing pasties. It did not look like pasties. It looked like full-on areola.
As long as she's having fun, more
right
power
down
to
the
her.
street from the Silver Spurs Arena in beautiful Kissimmee, Florida.
Can we get them as sponsors? Can we sponsor the podcast? No, but
give us free time up there.
Yeah. Listen, this weekend was definitely crazy for me though, just because I finally got to get gold in an IBJJF tournament. I felt great. I definitely feel like I put the most amount of work I ever put in a tournament. I definitely feel like I did everything right. And then to get my purple belt on the podium was pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all. I definitely wasn't expecting
I wish I would have known.
I had no clue. You were literally, I think it was literally while you were competing. Because then I ran around and then you had just started up the second match. That's when I started yelling at you. But I definitely cried a little bit, and then I kind of like got back into it. Shout out to whoever it was that let my professor borrow the belt so I could get my belt on the podium. The funny part is, as he was coming up, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, and all of a sudden he like pulls it out. I was like, oh fuck. So I started crying a little bit, and everybody's like cheering. Like, I hear everybody in the area cheering and stuff like that. And then as soon as I stopped crying in my head, I just started thinking, fuck, now I can't talk shit about people getting their belt on the podium anymore and sandbagging. So I can't be the hypocrite anymore, but it was cool. It was definitely like a good experience. I wasn't expecting it. I know that I've been putting in more work, and I definitely, honestly, in the last 2 months, I definitely feel like my jiu-jitsu got into like a different level.
Don't forget to change your IBJJF.
Yeah, that's what sucks. I just paid for that membership.
Well, no, you can change it.
Can I just drink it? Yeah, they gotta do it. But that's what. So I was planning on going to compete at Masters Worlds, but luckily I didn't sign up because then now I can't compete right away.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think so.
No, it's only you definitely can.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to go to Worlds, Masters after just getting my purple belt.
Why not? You have nothing to lose.
Money. It's the money thing. I
well,
definitely.
that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you literally have nothing to lose. You just got promoted, so you have nothing to lose by going there.
I'm definitely gonna do the next couple of tournaments down here in the area. Like, I'm definitely gonna do the new breeds and stuff like that.
I'm hoping the Miami Open something pops up over the next month or two.
I'm sure it will. I think for now, my big goal is to get into like a fight to win, to those kinds of tournaments. Just really put on a show. Like I want to really do like the show. I want to go have like a match, not a super fight, like we talked about, but I want to have that match.
They're not super fights. There's not. Even the super fights aren't super fights.
Who's cornering you for the keys?
Maybe English Alex.
Do you want me to corner you?
Well, he's already going. He knows the leg lock game a little bit.
Yeah, that's more. And that's the other thing too. I want to
definitely. It's a submission only. So
yeah. I definitely want to get more into work with the leg locks and everything else now, especially because I want to do those actual bigger matches like that. So, it's funny. As soon as everything happened and I had like 5 minutes to calm down, I went straight up to the IBJJF rules and see, okay, what can I do now? Can I do anything? Nothing. I was like, fuck. I was so excited.
Nothing new.
So it's cool. It was fun, man. Thank you for everybody that reached out to me and congratulated me. I kind of wish there was a couple of other friends there for the belt ceremony, but I'm very glad that they weren't. Guys like Jay-Z and Gilbert and Herbert, because they would have fucked me up. Did you watch the video that I posted?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. How about Tyler? I think you know Tyler. He's one of the pro fighters. He trains with Henry and all of them. He trains jiu-jitsu with us. Motherfucker hit me so hard with a belt on my back that my legs buckled. Like if you watch the video, I think like my third pass, I was running and he hit me so hard my legs literally just like gave out. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I was like, no, now I'm running fast. But it was my back's fine. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's so bad. It's not that bad.
Did you have a rash guard on?
Yeah.
Pussy.
No, I just did it.
You're a pussy. You're a pussy.
I'm pretty sure you did it with your rash guard on for your black belt.
I did not.
I'm pretty sure. I'll check the photos.
I'm 100% positive I had my shirt off.
I don't really care. I'm not trying to show off.
No, you're a pussy.
Okay. Whatever you say, bud.
Okay.
Just,
pussy.
All right, whatever. But no, it was cool. It was fun. Now I get to have some more work.
How awesome was it? Was it Josh? Gilbert's son had his first match.
Yeah, he
Josh. Won. Holy cow!
Yeah, congratulations to him, man. He's a little killer. He's gonna be a beast. He definitely has it. I think Pedro is really good, but Josh, I think he has Gilbert's toughness, but Bruna's like anger. So I think he's gonna be a very aggressive competitor. So I think it'll be pretty good. Pedro is more of the prankster, and he's tough, but I think he's a little bit more laid back and joking around. So it'll be cool to see how well they do as they get deeper. Speaking of which, we got some news actually goes. Oh, by the way, too, did you see who was up there competing as well? Oh my gosh, I just had it. Alexis Chambers was up there. She competed.
Oh no!
Yeah. Stopped by, say hi to her. We joked around for a little bit. It was cool to see her. I haven't seen her in a while, so it was fun to kind of catch up a little bit and just joke around and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her back in the octagon. But shout out to Alex, and we got some news to actually go over, stuff that I want to go over. Speaking of Gilbert, he got a last-minute fight. He's going to be fighting at the upcoming UFC in Uruguay. He's replacing Loreno Staropoli at welterweight. So this is going to be his first fight at welterweight.
Oh, he's going to fight at 170.
He's fighting at 170. So he's coming up from 155 to 170, which I knew he wanted to do.
Eventually.
I knew he wanted to do it sooner rather than later, but this was so super last minute. All of a sudden, boom, here's the fight.
Who's the guy?
I forget the guy's name. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. But he's 20-0. He's a former M1 grand champion. The dude's 20-0. He's a tough guy. He's got 13, I think it was, by KO, 6 by submission, and all the rest by decision. All his fights before the UFC were KOs against Russians. But once he got into the UFC, they're all going to decisions. So, but he beat like Yushin Okami. So it's like, okay, you beat like the 40
at 185
at 170.
Oh, that's right. Yushin did drop down.
So I think it'll be a good match. It'll definitely be a good slug match.
Well, hopefully Gilbert doesn't slug it out with him.
Gilbert's boxing's gotten way better than.
No, I understand that. But
listen,
you danced with the girl that brought you to the
dance.
What is that saying? You got to dance with the girl you brought.
No, dance with the partner you came with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it'll be a good match, and it's actually on the 10th. It's on my birthday, and funny enough, Herbert is fighting too next week in the Contender Series. So it's gonna be back-to-back Herberts or back-to-back Burnses on UFC, which is pretty cool to see. I'm wishing good luck to both of them. They're good friends of mine, so it'll be cool to see how well they do. You see who else is coming back to the UFC?
Coming back to the UFC?
Or fighting again?
BJ Penn?
Well, besides that, BJ Penn, listen, man, Nick Lentz is going to tear BJ Penn apart. That's all I know. But no, Mackenzie Dern.
Oh, she's cleared.
Yeah, she's going to fight in October, which is
baby.
Post baby. She only had the baby a month ago. It's only been a month. Which is, I mean, granted, I'm a single guy. Never really had to deal with anyone giving birth. But what I do know is that is not something you do a quick recovery, like turnaround, and all of a sudden get ready for a fight for.
Well, it depends.
Especially when you've been out for a year.
Well, it depends if she had a C-section or vaginal
birth, natural birth.
Natural birth.
Either way, that's still not something you recover
6
that
weeks.
quickly. 6 weeks?
6 weeks is the normal time.
Either way, she's going up against Amanda Ribas at ESPN, UFC on ESPN 19.
I'm wondering if being a mother will change her fighting style.
Like make her tougher or make her softer?
I don't know.
I'm wondering if she had tough time.
Think about Donald Cerrone, how he's changed being a father.
Yeah, but he didn't give birth to the kid.
No, but being a
dad.
A dad.
I know a lot of people changed. I know, like, for Nick Lentz, it changed a lot, like Max Holloway and all these other people. But I think it's different when you just gave birth. What I'm wondering is how bad her weight cut problems are going to be now.
Yeah.
If she had issues before she was pregnant, when she was just an athlete, and now her body's going through all that stuff, and she's got to sit there and breastfeed and stuff. I wish
she didn't ever have to cut weight because I liked her exactly how she was.
Now, listen, man, I'm not.
But now it's weird. Now she's a mom, so now I feel like I can't look at her the same way.
Why? She's a human being still. It is what it is. Let me check the time. How are we doing on time? I know we got our guest coming up soon. Nothing yet, so we're good. Speaking of, and also ADCC, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So there's been a couple of changes at ADCC. I don't know if you've.
I saw the little beef between Gordon Ryan and Felipe Pena.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. But before we get into that, let's see. So we got a couple of changes in ADCC. I'm not going to be able to get photos at ADCC. They turned me down. They said they already gave out all their photo passes, but I'm still looking to go to California to at least watch. So I'm definitely going to go out there to watch it. It's not going to be too often where you get to go see ADCC and a sick lineup like that. Dylan Dennis moved from 77 kilos to 99 kilos, which is a huge fucking jump. So
yeah, it's 99 plus. It's not.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's anything over 99 kilos, which is anything. It's.
I mean, I think he'll do it right. He's not cutting weight.
What is it? 198.
No, I don't know. Off the top of my head.
100 kilos.
You want to know how much 99 kilos is?
200. Is it 200 or 220 pounds? I think it's 220.
Listen, when I saw Dylan,
2.2 pounds.
When I saw Dylan at Kasai,
so it's 118.
That man was
218.
Yeah, when I saw Dylan at Kasai, that's not a man that weighs 200 pounds. At best, maybe like 180, like 190. But that wasn't a 200-pound man. Especially when I see Craig Jones standing next to him and he's towering him. So I'm curious to see how that goes. We got a couple other changes. Dante Leon comes in at 77 kilos. And what else we got? European Trials winner Zaur Akhmedov couldn't get a visa, so he's out. He's replaced by Mateus Gabriel from Brazil, who trains at Checkmat. And Asia Oceania Trials winner Jacob Malkoun is out of the 99 kilos division, and so there's one spot left, and they're looking to make it an American. So, are you up for sign up for ADCC, bro?
I would do it.
Would you do it?
Probably get tapped real quick, but what are you gonna do?
You never know. You might do good.
I'd do good.
They'll probably give you a Tavio or somebody
Orlando?
huge. Orlando, yeah.
I would not want to fight Orlando. Not because of skill wise, but he's the exact body type I hate, which is
Your body type?
yeah, but shorter.
How much shorter is he?
I think he's like 5'10", 5'9", something like that. I don't think he's that tall.
Yeah, he'd get right under your center of gravity and just fucking send you flying.
I will take tall and jacked.
Yeah.
Give me 6'4", 270 solid muscle.
We're not talking about a dating profile here.
I know.
Okay.
Than giving me a softer, wider, thicker.
And he's also super fucking fast for his size too. So those are a couple of changes that I saw. The bracket still looks super sick, so I hope they don't change too crazy. I hope they don't do anything drastic, so I'm curious to see. This weekend we have a couple of good fights. I don't want to go through the whole cards because some of them are really fucking boring and I don't really give a shit about them for the UFC. But I do want us to get some calls on a couple of the fights.
All right. You want to just do the main card?
I'll pick and choose. There's one I think there's Mickey Gall in the prelims, so we'll do that one too. So let's go through the prelims. Come up here. So for the prelim, Mickey Gall against Salim Tuhari. Who would you pick?
I don't know Salim.
Salim is 10-3-0 and Mickey's 5-2-0.
What weight?
Welterweight. I'm going to go with Mickey Gall.
All right, I'll go with the other way just because.
All right. So you're going to go with Salim? All right. And now for the main card, let's go up here. Volkan, my boy Volkan Ozdemir against Ilir Latifi, which I'm a fan. Oh, no, they got canceled. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they got canceled. They got pushed back. They got pushed back to the 10th. They're fighting on the Uruguay card. So that one will be different.
I'm going to go with Latifi on that.
I'm going to go with Volkan, but we'll do that one for the different one.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got here that I really give a shit about. Scott Holtzman against Dong Hyun Ma. Scott is 12-3-0 and Dong Hyun Ma is 16-9-3. So he's got a little bit more of a sketchy record.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go for Scott.
I was gonna go for Scott because his last outing he was.
Yeah.
I think he looked like a world killer if I'm remembering correctly.
Let's see who else do we have that I actually give a shit about. Oh, Jim Miller against Clay Guida.
Oh, old guard.
Yeah.
I'm going Jim Miller.
You really?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Clay on this one.
Yeah, it's because not because I think Jim's like getting ready to hang it up.
I mean, technically they should both.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much of a fan favorite Clay Guida is, and his record isn't the best. 35-18.
That's a lot of fights.
That's a lot of fucking fights. But look, Jim Miller's 30-13, so they're not too far off of each other. But those bones have been worn down for sure. And now comes the main fucking event, which I'm super excited for. Colby Covington against Robbie Lawler. I don't think you can depend on wrestling on this one because Robbie's got some solid wrestling. I'm going with Robbie.
And I know they trained together.
They trained.
Right. That's what I said. Trained together. Right. I haven't heard any stories. Like, I haven't heard any.
Well, I know Robbie is pretty good at not putting out any personal business or any like gym stories.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
He said probably the greatest shit talking without shit talking thing. Let me find it because it's such magic.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go for Robbie on that one while you look up. So who do you think you go for?
If you're going like I love Robbie and I want Robbie to win.
Yeah.
But for the sake of the podcast, I'll go Colby.
Colby. So I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm a fan of Colby Covington, despite the trash talking, the shit talking part. Like, I don't think he does the best job at. Like, I don't really support all that stuff. I think it's hilarious on some aspect, but as far as skill wise, the dude's legit. He's no fucking joke. I think it's funny though because obviously Robbie trains with Kamaru, and the real big fight is Colby against Kamaru. I think this would have been Colby against Kamaru if Kamaru was 100% healthy after the title fight. So,
and of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. But basically, Robbie says, I don't get into the whole shit talking thing. What I do is I eat your soul and let your ectoplasm run down my face or run out of my mouth as you disappear into the ether of nowhere. It's something like it was so like I was like, that is the greatest thing.
And you sure he said that about Colby?
Yes, because Colby likes to get under your skin. He said something. He goes, but I'm not into the trash talk.
Let's see. I'm not.
Yeah, it was so cold-blooded. So cold-blooded that it was like it was one of the coolest things that I had seen. I want to say I found it on it was on Reddit.
Let me see. Maybe it'll be here. Was it a video? Or was it?
No, it was just a quote. It was just a quote.
Although, you know what I think is funny is that they asked Dan Lambert about saying something about Robbie, and Dan is like, "Do you see that guy? I would never say anything negative about him. The people would eat me alive because he's a PR fucking dream." So it's funny to hear just Dan's like, "I'm not touching that one." Yeah, I can't find anything.
Yeah, let me see here. I'm looking. Tedious Tyrone smiles.
Nothing? I don't want to do the dead air thing. So we'll
I know. Yeah, I'm just I'll look through as we go. It's just. Of course, it's not there now. I don't know.
I'm looking forward, honestly, for ADCC. I'm really, really looking forward to see Mikey compete at ADCC.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, huh?
Yeah, that'll be pretty good.
I think I know what to Google here on Robbie.
No. Oh, speaking of which, total side note. So the thing that Shawn was bringing up about Gordon Ryan as to what he said. Let me go ahead and read it for you guys in case you haven't heard it or saw it yet. It was actually some serious shit talking he did about Felipe Pena. So
Found it.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's hear it. So it's opening Twitter right now.
Okay.
But it's Robbie Lawler. Ready for this?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Colby Covington likes to get under people's skin, but I don't like to trash talk. I just eat people's souls and let their ectoplasm drip from my mouth into the ether of no tomorrow. Just hard work.
Robbie said this?
Robbie said this.
What? Let me see this. Who's reporting that? Justin? I don't know. I'd have to see him. There isn't an entire segment of the CME dedicated to analyzing this quote. But yeah, this is not a real quote by Robbie Lawler.
Says who?
Says the guy who posted it. It was a joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
That hurts my heart.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something that Robbie Lawler would ever fucking say.
Guys, I never thought I'd have to say this, but this is not a real quote by Robbie.
Yeah. As much as I wish it was,
I was so...
The little bit that I know Robbie, like personally, I don't think he'd ever say something like that.
No, I know. Well, right. But he did say something really...
He says stuff like that.
Similar on like a couple
he'll say he'll
weeks ago.
eat his soul. He'll say, I think he said something somebody else about...
Just a couple of weeks ago,
he'll say, like, I'll eat his fucking soul, like, no problem. Yeah. That he did say. I think someone just took the artistic liberties to go further, which I totally appreciate because that's fucking great. I wish Robbie would say that. So this is what Gordon Ryan said or posted on Instagram the other day, or today, really, right? It was today.
I think it was today.
Not a day ago. So, guys, I have a funny story. As you all know, I'm fighting Felipe Pena in December on Third Coast Grappling card. Felipe insisted upon a 210-pound weight limit and won't move from that. I asked for 220. He said no. I asked for 215, 2 pounds under his 80cc weight, and he said no. I find it funny that when we competed in the first match, I was 172 day of, and you were well over 200, but that was all fine and dandy. At 80cc, my weight class was 194, and his 217. Both matches we fought, we had a considerable size and weight advantage. He had a considerable size and weight advantage, but that's fine, right? As long as he's bigger. Now that he fears I'll be bigger, he won't budge on the weight. Don't worry, child. 5 pounds won't save you, and this won't be competitive.
That is cold. The last line
It's cold.
is cold-blooded.
But Felipe's beat him.
Felipe has beat him.
Yeah, and he's probably one of the only people that has. I can't...
Like on a consistent basis, I think. I think more than once.
Twice, I think he beat him. And, I mean, I'm curious. I'm really curious to see how well Gordon comes back after the injury. I mean, I was just talking to him about it when he was down here. I'm like, how's your knee? He's like, it feels good. You know, it's like, I'm just taking it super easy. Like, it's really cool to see how smart he was being about it. He was 100% honest with me. I didn't feel like he was giving me a
rote answer.
Yeah, like a PR kind of answer.
Yeah.
He's like, no, this is the first time I've ever had an injury like this, so I'm just being super careful about it and being super smart about it, which 100%. He's right. And that, not too many people would do that. Most people would be like, fuck it, I'm going to go and fight through it and this, that, and the other. Listen, all I know is that when he put me in that fucking heel hook, I didn't see any fucking problem with his fucking knee. And if his knee was hurting after, during all that, and it was that tight, I'd really hate to fucking see when he's 100%. I would not want to ever fucking get caught in that. Like, I don't even know if I would tap or I would just start swinging. Like, that was the kind of fear that fucking grip put into you. Like, I'm just going to start fucking swinging. Either my leg dies.
Well, again, you have to also have to think. So, yes, he could probably get very close to where he was, but you let him get you in that position. So it's different in a live roll. He'll get there eventually, but it may not be as tight as when it was by letting somebody
by
do
just sitting down and sliding into it. But
which is one of my things that I have to tell my guys is I say don't look at a lot of these videos on YouTube. I go, you're gonna see some beautiful shit, but the bottom line is you cannot get that. You will never get that in a live roll. I'm not talking about the Gordon Ryan stuff. But what you see online.
Are you talking about like instructionals, or are you talking about scrambles?
Sometimes they just people put
the highlight,
a technique they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like some of these techniques are the Jiu-Jitsu equivalent of a kata.
Yeah. Like the fucking rolling over 40 and all that, when they do all kinds of stupid like bullshit fancy moves and stuff.
Yeah, that's almost like a kata.
It's never gonna fucking happen.
Is you're never gonna get that shit in a live roll, unless you're going against a brand new white belt child.
And even then, you might have a tough time getting it.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, I can't stand that because you'll see some moves where I remember one a couple of months ago was trending where someone was in turtle and the person came in, did like an over, almost like a seatbelt or like an arm in triangle kind of setup, and then rolled, and the person went rolling. Like, that would never fucking happen. If you tried that on me, even if
it does happen. I have done it, but not from the triangle or not from the arm the seatbelt.
You're thinking about the over.
No, I come under. The one that I use is in the gi. You come under and grab.
No, I did that over at the tournament this weekend. No, I'm talking about, it was literally, if you were sitting here next to me, the person would reach under this arm over to the head and then rolled it that way to the other side, and the person went flying. Like, it would never fucking happen. It would never fucking happen.
I could see that actually working. But it doesn't seem like you'd be able to land with control.
No, you wouldn't. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, don't give people that fucking false hope they think you're going to do that. Because if you did that with me, it would still leave me that room to reach over and come get it. You might get lucky and pick it on some person if you catch them at the timing that they were jumping to roll into you.
Well, I kind of baited one of those moves. It's not a crazy move. It's the Fat Boy roll, or
yeah, you did the Fat Boy roll this weekend,
or what the actual name is, the Peterson roll. But I like to call it the Fat Boy roll because that's what it really is. Fat boys really do this.
Somebody yelled it too.
When I did it?
When you did it, I think we were sitting there and I hear someone, "Oh, that's the Fat Boy roll." Like, I just cracked up.
It's what it is.
It is what it is.
So and the problem was I was having such that guy was shorter than me. And,
the short dude,
and he was strong. Yeah. Like, I saw him the next day without, like, the gi on, and he's got, like, those like, huge, thick forearms.
Yeah.
And like he was he definitely was a power builder at one point.
Yeah.
Or something, or power builder, a power
bodybuilder
lifter or something like that. Anyways, I couldn't get underneath him, so I did sloppy shots.
Yeah.
Well, the first one I wasn't meant to be sloppy. The second one was meant to be sloppy.
Yeah, to try and get him to react.
Try to get him to react, and because he had gotten an advantage on me, because he almost got me down.
Well, you did roll, and you got right back up, so he did get the advantage.
He got the advantage.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the point, so I was down. I was down at an advantage, and we both had a penalty.
I'm surprised I didn't get yelled at because I was sitting down on the floor trying to coach you.
Yeah.
Because you had nobody coaching you.
No, I don't.
But you normally do. You don't normally do.
I don't normally do. Yeah. It's not my thing. But
I think other than like the leg lock stuff, like the only other person that's gonna know your game as much as anybody is gonna be me, just from being around.
Yeah.
The leg lock stuff would have been like, yeah, go for it. Go do that. Keep doing that.
Leg lock stuff doesn't happen in IBJJF.
Yeah.
So I went the second sloppy shot. I did it to sit in that position, so he would come around for that Peterson roll. Because I knew if I couldn't get the Peterson roll, at the very least I could roll through and get half guard.
Yeah.
So what did he do? He put his arm exactly where I wanted it to go.
Yeah.
And I hit the Peterson roll. And as he went over, we talked about it afterwards. As he went over, he goes, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
He was not expecting it.
Yeah.
And then I talked to his black belt because this guy just got his black belt in December.
Oh, nice.
I talked to his black belt. They're down in Doral. Super nice guys.
What's the school?
I want to say it's Gracie Baja.
No, yeah, it is Gracie Baja. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And we were talking about it. He goes, "I saw him do it, and I saw you clamp down." And he's like, "I wanted to scream no." I go, "Yeah." I was like watching it in slow motion, right? And he's like, "Yes." It was like, "No." So then I got him back down and got that knee on belly point. I was just waiting. Everyone was like, "Go to knee on belly, go to knee on belly," but I couldn't because of the way he was defending. That's why I had to go around to the other side to get to where I needed to go to get that knee on belly.
I think somebody was yelling for the knee on belly. When someone was trying to yell at you on knee on belly, that's when I was yelling something else about getting the control, so you knew where you were on the points.
Yeah, I knew where I was. I knew I knew I needed to get some points.
Yeah.
So I waited and got that knee on belly points. Once I saw the ref,
the paper cutter came pretty good, but it looked like you need a little control more.
Well, no, the guy was his.
You weren't able to set up because I remember you were saying that
he was wider.
The collar, you didn't have the collar as deep.
I didn't get the collar as deep because he was wider than I could get deep enough. So like he was his upper back was wider than
you weren't grabbing up top here. You were like under the armpit.
I was like more towards his neck or towards his shoulder than I was the middle of his neck. So I couldn't get that paper cutter as tight as I normally get it. But I just stuck with it and got to where I needed. I got the 2 points. I knew I was up, and I knew he wasn't going to get me out of side control.
Yeah.
So I knew where I was there, and that's the whole thing is I'm always conscious of where I am and what the points are. Yeah. Even though I don't play the points game because I never care about the points.
Yeah.
I do know if I'm down and what I need to do.
You still have to know because even for me when I was up and I got shafted hard, man. They would not give me points. They didn't give me points for a guard pass, and they didn't give me points for the mount. I think I got to double check.
You got mount
points.
Or
there was 2 sections that they were telling me that people were telling me that they weren't giving me the points, and people were yelling.
No,
and stuff.
He was pretty good. I was watching.
I got to double check.
Yeah.
I didn't get to look at the match again, but all I heard was when I heard that they gave him points for that takedown, even though like he didn't have control, I was so pissed because it's like no, it didn't really fucking count. So once I heard that, it's like okay, I guess I got to fucking go now. And the only thing that set me off, like I was pretty calm the whole match, but the guy started grabbing my fingers, and then that's when I got fucking mad. I'm like, okay. And that's when I just started like just really grinding down on every time I had control.
I've never had anybody grab my fingers. You had somebody grab your fingers in the last time.
Yeah, the last time too. Like I hate it. There's a couple of things that set me off where it's like I'll be aggressive and competitive, but then when you do like the certain dirty stuff like that, then I get fucking mad. It's like, okay, well then if we're gonna do that, then let me go ahead and do other stuff. The funny part, total side note, we got to take off in a second because our guest is about to come on. I actually took the time to read all the rules all over again because I wanted to see if I could do the Wagner, like the mouth cover, and they cut that out, like instant DQ, I think. So it's like, fuck, you can't cover the mouth, but let's say if I was in the back and I was trying to go for a rear naked choke and you had your chin down, I can reach, pull your head up, and slide it in.
That I knew.
Yeah, so like, okay, well,
there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't.
It's just like if you were moving the arm to get the Kimura grip or something deeper, but we'll see. All right, we got to get going. Thanks, everybody, for supporting the podcast. Thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you so much for everyone that's reached out to us, congratulating us on our win, and thank you everyone that's reached out to me for.
See, we're not just idiots. We do know how to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, we actually do this stuff. Thank you again for everybody. Like I said, congratulations to Shawn for your gold.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. So we got a lot more stuff planned out. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to Choke Aloha, Giraffe Choke, Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co., and Nomad Surf Shop for all your support. Be sure to check out the podcast on YouTube to watch the videos and all the other stuff. And follow us on Instagram. Sonder Marketing for me. Gorilla Boy BJJ for Shawn, and Jiu-Jitsu Radio for the podcast. We got a lot of stuff planned out for the next couple of weeks, and I think that's all we got for now.
Yeah, that's it.
Peace.
Let's do it. Peace.